for I wasn't surprised because you see the context is that Wontumi and his people, the MPP, had been trolling AG that Ora is dead, Ora is dead, Ora Yamutu.
Ejana so ente busia yi nyina anim enjura atorrent match say eto o man Ghana and especially Accra che say enso yiri fa Accra township ni nyina o busia enya asem keto ha che say enso yiri fa Ghana fo afọ mo ne match say yes sound for cylinders
o mo yi die cylinders o mo yi in the summer society, bro,
for fridge and for TV. It won't so mono. No quabrane, and so chip toilet true. Will be factory near Mao or chip toilet true, ne chewing gum, ready coffee.
Hey, Bosu, I can see you are happy this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, what is going on?
This rain help us out. Sorry, this rain help us.
The rain help you, pa.
Yeah, because they are our chop and this so but our company they back here Ballona, yeah. The rain carry everything outside. So
the rain carry their property.
Yeah.
Show me some of the things that you carry.
See the thing. Yeah, we got everything. You know.
So what are you going to use it for? Are you going to sell it?
Yeah, my mom gets store, so we are going to sell it and get some small money.
Your mother gets shop, so you are going to sell it?
Yes, yeah, man.
Nene Akroma for so dom ho agim. You hear polytank ne ade ade.
Because they say I'm getting my people in time. You share my who say we sound for her answer. Why you break one? Why you break one? Why is it that No. What do you mean? I'm not taking it anywhere. It was 3. It was 3 where? Come on. No, we went and stopped them over. We told them take it away. Why should you go and take it?
Yes, more nebusia ring in a mono, not Chama General Chama Wontumi. And so copy what is a Accra High Court. I only new council. And yes, somewhat attached as a busia. Then the video pops up on the media. You know who say Chama Wontumi, Agent Accra High Court and new as a busia. Oh, Jin and Command. Nebusia said we are as I send can you make Kevin or Covid Tilla, a Bayana Cobabi Jim. I'm a coco fast uncle mono. Nam dear bro. They say you bring one man the nurse and me. I was a medium. Nam danger mono, a bro. It's the entire Indra attach ya. And the Chama Wontumi, a copy Accra High Court and say, a new council attach ya, and the match Chama Wontumi no. Just a busia, some my boy case, I just say. Lay and dear Pia Kubi, Atanaso, Ama judge, judge, a judgment, ever on the 3rd July, next month no. And dear Pia Kubi say, we're just not to, into attach ya, and Ramatoaso. Attach also by ya, a 73 ne, who copy Accra High Court and say, judge and I will teach Chama Wontumi as no sono. Oman 6 weeks, because I feel no waba. No fanya ni chichemu enfa ready document ni evidence ni previous case na chese ande apia kubi betina so anase obabedi yem na ebusia no na chese enne odi kopie court na asem no amaka judge no about ogu sa 6 weeks no na emum wo ma atachia 2 weeks and next month from 1st to 13th say a new council for Chama Wontumi Samuel atachia de opese oyefa Wontumi asem no ho bia no judge ne say wo ma 2 weeks 1st to 13th say obetimi dey reading the document obetimi dey reading the evidence and afin so no previous case I just say lawyer ande apia kobi etena so no on fan hwehwem na on fan file na written address enfamra written address ni means say ohwehwe asem ni nyina mu wie ne se ohu say baabi no bibi o no mo a obetimi dey aba ama judge na hwe ho really asem no in the client ni favor na say amana ko Chama Wontumi favor obetimi dey aba beto board so there's a court no any judge no asa hwehwe mu bi enti abusia enam ne santi asem ananka final judgment 3rd no judge na movie called 20th. It's from 1st to 13th ni dey yes attach ya new lawyer no on fa hwehwe asem nim. It's a movie asem no final judgment no every 3rd to 20th. Na busuawe na ama is anwumre lawyer Martin Pebu eso ba bedi nkomo bi ade afa this same issue ho a nkomo kakra bi na nkomo no emu ode enu ti na makokofa ede aka we ho a me pese me de bro nti kame na me fa mu nchire mu aha ye prime policy gh message so ada man no first time I be subscribe ya like share ma me say de be ya panempo eto form watch any news nim on political me de be bro
I say nanka judge na ohwe Wontumi case you say in July that also means saying on my decision and yes say on my point they say I feel near them and your man at church na fa Wontumi nyina yan kind so my point near kind between any advice yet to offense you to me actually be papa abeboa no so am my decision judge na tia to say give me any na in 2 weeks yan file say written address now on the 20th of my decision. It's a be me any other case the it won't be a de be huni be and be a say fair trial. Papa I feel be able to the chances pa say you share na case you are be to say advice and be advice you huni be.
Okay, this is council. So, what should I
say? Or the Aquacosi 20th of July, the EMA filing process.
And Martin Pebu is private legal practitioner. Council, good evening. Thank you for joining us. First of all, I want to find out from you if you were surprised by the state's opposition to the request for adjournment of this particular judgment on the Samuel Boy case by Chairman Wontumi's lawyers.
I wasn't surprised. Like I've said before, I wasn't surprised because you see, the context is that Wontumi and his people, the MPP, had been trolling AG that Ora is dead, Ora is dead, Ora Yamutu, Ora Yamutu, Ora Ogbo, if my gun would permit me. In various languages, you hear it, and various things. So, with that, it was normal for the AG to oppose the request for adjournment because you can't shy away from the fact that there is high suspicion that the change of lawyers from Apia Kubi to Senior Tachia was a ploy to delay the case. So with that cloud of heavy suspicion around the change in lawyers, I mean, it was to be expected that the AG would oppose the request for extension. It's just that from our convention, the practice, once the lawyer is new, at least, even if no matter how small, the judge was bound to give an adjournment. Otherwise, it would create a lot of, trouble. I mean, in terms of increasing the political temperature. And natural fact, the refusal of the adjournment would rather have taken center stage, and the merits of the case would have been thrown away because then it would have gone into a perception of witch hunt, etc. So the judge's decision to grant the adjournment is a master stroke, although I also see that it doesn't fully satisfy what Atachia was looking for. That maybe he can manage with this. I don't know. But I heard at a point he was saying he needed 6 weeks. But I mean, if this is what he got to the court, he got from the court.
Yeah.
Let's see how he's able to work within that period.
Well, so you're right. That 6 weeks request was not granted, as far as we know, and it's just about technically what we're seeing now, maybe some 17 days because between July 3rd and 20th. But let's focus on the decision now. And based on how things played out in court today, would you say this was a fair conclusion? And how crucial will this be with respect to the written submissions that already we've been told that the defense lawyers would have up until 13th of July, which is some 10 days away from the original date of the judgment, to also file their written submissions ahead of the 20th of July, which is now the new judgment day for Chairman Wontumi in this Samuel Boy case?
It's extremely important for the accused to have his lawyer also contribute to the decision making, because not just saying contribute is an understatement. In actual fact, that the accused is given the last opportunity to, try to persuade the judge that he, the accused, is not guilty. So it's excruciatingly important Yeah, extremely important that the lawyer is given an opportunity, because you don't know, sometimes just one line in the written submissions, or call it the address, that could draw the judge's attention to something that had been overlooked all the while, right? Other times, even if there isn't anything new, at least it would then have satisfied the procedural fairness, that in terms of procedure, in terms of the optics, at least. As I mentioned, if the judge hadn't given this adjournment and had insisted on giving judgment on July 6th, I say July 6th because, originally it was slated for July 3rd, but 3rd Friday is a holiday. So, as I mentioned, though the judge can sit on the 3rd, like we keep saying, because of the political tension, the judge will not sit on the 3rd. The judge would rather have sat on it on the 6th, most likely. So, looking at it, if the judge hadn't granted this adjournment, no. The judgment would have suffered a lot of legitimacy deficit. Yes, because they would have kept saying, no, it's a witch hunt. Ghana is not coming to an end. So why was the judge rushing, etc.? You remember in October 2024, you remember the Afenyo marking case? One of the cases that is suspected to be the reasons behind the removal of Justice Tokonu. That I say suspicion because on the face of it, that wasn't one of the formal reasons tabled. But a lot of analysts think the way Justice Tokonu was too much in a hurry, that contributed to a removal. So in the same way, if this judge had gone ahead to insist and deliver judgment on 6th July, it would have suffered the same fate. This time from the MPP, they would have made a lot of noise. Why are you rushing? Why are you rushing? This. So the judge is done well by granting the adjournment. It helps to save our democracy unnecessary tension.
And you earlier indicated that from what you said, this change of the lawyers by Chairman Wontumi, from what you said, was a delay tactic. And in fact, that's why the trial judge was saying that regardless of the change in his legal representation, he was going to go ahead with that July 3 judgment day. Well, that didn't happen. Do you foresee any other tactics coming up again? Another application to delay this judgment again? As you know, some of you lawyers do. You're very specialized in knowing how to delay cases.
The most likely one is what lawyers will call motion for arrest of judgment. So before the judge grants judgment, most often the morning, maybe 30 minutes before the trial, then the lawyer finishes filing a motion to arrest the judgment. And from the way we say to arrest means physically restrain the judge from delivering the judgment for various reasons. Though a lot of the time that application will not succeed, what it does is that it often gets or it practically leads to an adjournment, which is what is often sought. I mean, a lot of criminal trials, you want more time, hoping to delay. So that's the most likely candidate for that can be used. When I say it, or two, the most likely two that can be used. But Atachian has already given his word that he's not in the business of delaying. Last Friday, he mentioned that he needed 6 weeks. I would have said grant him, provided the 6 weeks will be counted into August, so that even though the court is on vacation, the judge will come and deliver judgment in August. Then there won't be reasons about rushing Atachian. Yeah, but now that he didn't get all that he wanted, trust me, when the judgment comes, that's where they will start from.
Counsel, appreciate you for this. Thank you so much for joining us here on Ghana Tonight.
3rd July,
Emma ono ankasa ati atum se o de akwa akosi 20th of July. Yemi ni ne filing process. Sisi aye kasa nanka judge na o hwe Wontumi case no say July that also me ensen ya o ma decision. Ani yesere say o ma ekwan. They say afa ni abam. Ani ma na ya church na fa Wontumi hu nyina yen kan. To my ekwan na kan e betumi ahwe ne advice na. Na offense you tumi achiro bibi papa. Abeboa no so ama decision no. The judge na ti atum say yemi ani na in 2 weeks yam file friend say written address no. Now on the 20th no be hwe no ama decision. Eti ye be mi ani ni ahwe case no yie ba. Ye wo mu bia na e be hu ne e be say ne be ya say fair trial no. Pepper na fe obi a unsampa Wontumi so nya the chances pa say you share na case no ya dey be say advice no be advice no who near be. We wanted the judge to defer the judgment, which was initially slated for the 3rd of July, and on the basis that I've come in, I need to fetch the entire array of documents before the court, study them critically, and then write a credible address. We show that an accused person is entitled to a lawyer, and the climax of this whole matter is that a lawyer should put together the summation of the case and show that his client is innocent and that the prosecution has not proven the case beyond reasonable doubt. I think the judge saw eye to eye with us and gave us 2 weeks to put together the written address. And then on the 20th, she might hand down the decision. So we are going to study the record of proceedings religiously. And if there are any things that we have to do, we'll do it right before we come back to filing the process. So we have been given some space to work and we'll do our best.
Internet no, me don't say we bre nya abutre e hwe me. Me say wonya subscribe ya wada ma subscribe na like na share say da be ya update bi to my abusia. Obenya bi no ba be hwe. High prime politics church, me din eni Kofi Churches. Makrao.